Hey guys, it's Hillbeast here, and we're back for Season 2 commentaries of Clannad Another Abridged, and yet again I'm joined by one Destined, and this was probably the longest it took me to write a script. It took the full 3 months I was away, so I spent a long time, and I actually spent quite a long time on this weird Chuck intro that I did as well for some strange reason.
This intro was definitely an interesting way to open up Season 2. I actually wasn't aware that we were going to use this as an intro until it actually came up. And I actually messaged him after I saw the episode, and I was like, wow, it's like that was really great. It was so believable. And like the editing for this intro was so well done that I thought it would look legitimate. I thought he actually went and like redid this himself.
How long did you know me for?
Yes, this cliffhanger that we left everybody on at the end of Season 2.
And it was the worst cliffhanger in the world, and people were like, well, that was a bad cliffhanger, and I was like, I did that on purpose. And I'm not just saying that because it was a bad one, I really did mean to make it bad.
Another thing is that Katomi's lines here, where she goes, like a dick, by the way, actually wasn't in the original script. This was another instance of my improv here. I started adding that.
Yeah, this was yet another case of you improvising everything. But this was not Matt writing in this episode. It was...
Yeah, so I was just not following the script.
Yeah. It doesn't come up until next episode where he starts actually being a writer.
This character, Katomi's dad here, actually, a lot of people probably won't catch this, but this is actually a reference to Grand Theft Auto. We're making fun of the Russian characters in that game.
And they both sound exactly the same, which I love as well. Like, they're both really Russian, they're both stupid, and they're both going on about Russians and
Child
gypsies.
Katomi's voice. There's a story behind her voice. Originally, we were going to have TLS do a guest appearance as Child Katomi's voice, but he was unavailable at the time because we recorded and edited this episode on Christmas Eve and Christmas Day for pretty much...
No. The episode was released on Christmas Eve. It was recorded like a week beforehand, and I edited it while I was on holiday.
Yeah, so a lot of people were away, so we couldn't reach... So there's no one ready to reach them. So we ended up having to have me do Katomi's child voice as well, and I figured, well, I wanted it to be different from her adult voice. So I decided, it's like, what could I do? And so I decided, since her adult voice is like a male pretending to be a female, I would make her child voice like obviously a male. So I just went this deep, long voice, and instead of like, and then I decided, well, it's like instead of giggling, I should just make her just, you know, just say giggle.
This here's also me bringing up a lot of just weird shit that happened in Katomi's childhood, like for starters, weird incest, Katomi being introduced to drugs at a very young age. And
this particular scene here is actually just Mark found a clip in the editing that he thought was really, really bad looking if you played it like this.
I still can't watch it, seriously.
So really, this is actually another improv incident. This wasn't planned to be put in the final episode.
Yeah, I do that a lot though
God.
when I'm editing. Like, I'll see something and I'm like, huh, that's quite funny. And you see it later on in the season when you get like Fuko doing the Michael Jackson Thriller dance and the Kyo and Sunohara doing Crank Dat. You know, that's just me just fighting stuff while I'm editing. I'm like, oh, that's funny.
We hope to find more of that stuff later on too.
Yeah.
I'd rather go snorting cocaine.
This particular scene took a lot of time to do because we kept screwing this up because we couldn't take ourselves seriously while doing this.
Yeah, the voices were just so hilarious. We couldn't do it properly.
Yeah, we have so many more outtakes of that particular scene.
That was also one of the reasons I did outtakes. Like,
this right here is another thing. We're actually making fun of the actual show, where there actually is a huge plot hole to where that this character is supposed to be taking care of her, but she lives by herself, and we don't even know how she paid for power or electricity or water or anything for like the next couple of years.
And she's only like 5 years old or something like that.
Wouldn't this guy get arrested for endangering the welfare of a child for not being there at all?
He just buggers off.
He just kind of disappears. Oh yeah, she burns the documents, sets the house on fire.
Yeah, we will cover that whole plot hole in the next episode, I believe we do.
This this is another instance where we're trying to make Tomoya seem like he really doesn't care about anyone but himself.
Yeah.
Which is just another way of us keeping going. Oh, this is right here. I have to point this out. Kotomi is obviously the foot fetish character, I think.
Yeah.
Like, anybody else but me noticed that, like, in many drawings of Kotomi, you see, like, they emphasize her legs. Like, she's, like, the legs character.
Why do you say that?
Plus, she doesn't wear shoes. She doesn't wear socks. We see her footless. We see her sockless all the time. Sorry, you don't see her footless. Hope not.
Yeah.
But,
Blood all over the floor or something.
Can I make some?
But,
Please just go home.
this also, I'm noticing Kotomi's, like, dressing style when she's not in school. She dresses a very, gothic Lolita style. Yeah, her personality.
You
doesn't
see
seem to
that
fit
a
in.
lot as well in a lot of drawings, like not just fan art, like in official drawings. You look through the Blu-rays.
Yeah, if you look at the DVD
Yeah.
drawing set, there's tons of crap.
But she does
Oh, this
have
is
kind
a-
of a depressing life. I mean, she's
Why does
an
she have an
orphan,
already
and
in
she
there?
had no one caring for her or anything. She had no friends. So she is quite depressing. It is quite surprising that in the original of the show that she's actually quite cheery. Like, yes, she's
Yeah.
shy, but she's actually still very, very cheery.
I know.
Even
it was like
Nagisa
10
gets
years ago.
depressing at
I sure as hell
times.
don't remember it. I'm
And
gonna
she's got
go
way
clean
more
her up
reasons
so
to
she
be happy
forgets
than
about it.
Kotomi.
Anime characters should have bad memories.
See,
I'll
right
help
back
you
there,
out
that
then.
couple seconds ago, that was
No,
actually an
she's
appearance
my
by
severely
Celine
spangled
as the
girl with
teacher. I'm
rapidly
pretty sure
changing
people already
voices.
noticed
I'll do
that,
this
though.
alone.
Yeah.
Just thought we should point that out.
Tomoya is entering
She also doesn't want to appear as any more characters other than Tomoyo.
I'm gonna fix
This particular scene in the actual show, it kind of doesn't really make a lot of sense. Like, he suddenly starts, like, taking care of her yard.
I don't
for,
get
like,
why
no
he does
reason.
that. He just comes there and he's just like, all right, I'm gonna clean her yard now. I'm bored.
And the thing is, though, Tomoya's put off as a very lazy character, so this is really out of character for him to be doing something, to be doing so much work for Kotomi. Considering, you know, it's implied so heavily. Oh, this
On
thing with
his
the
iPhones. Yeah, I knew people were going to complain about iPhones, what network they're on. I'm like, I just don't care.
Yeah.
I don't really care what iPhones are on. I don't have an
When-
iPhone. I don't want an iPhone. I don't care what iPhones are on.
When we made this episode, actually iPhones were only available exclusively on AT&T, but you can get them on Verizon now.
Yeah,
Just
so now
recently.
that annotation can actually be taken off. But I'm going to leave it on
But,
anyways, because now they'll piss people off again.
Yeah, now, and,
Maybe the reason iPhones are on Verizon is now because of me.
that might be. It could be a possible.
Mm.
We have put AT&T in a tight spot. Apple decided that, oh, Verizon, that sounds like a good idea. They saw this episode. Steve
like-
Jobs thanked us.
Let's prove that Hillbeast wrong.
What do you expect when I'm such a...
See, another thing is, I somehow, for some reason, like Kyo as a character. I feel that her voice, like, not just in the actual anime, but I feel that, just Mark's portrayal of her has kind of made her very, very humorous.
Mm.
Yes, TLS is smoking
Oh
supplies.
yeah, TLS had a little reference there. No smoking and no ODing.
Little reference to not only TLS, but to another Outtakes Abridged reference there. If people have seen that episode, that was in episode 4, I believe.
No, I can't remember.
Ah, yes.
Besides, this isn't even music shop.
Ah, yes, this is me imitating TLS right here.
Yeah. Like, we were trying to do TLS because we wanted him in this episode, and he was like a fan favorite from
Available.
Elfin Lights. We wanted to bring him in here
Yeah.
just for an episode, but unfortunately he couldn't come in, so we were just like,
Yeah,
right,
he
we're just
he
gonna
was
make him
exceptionally
here as
busy during this time. He had a lot of relatives over, and they were on holiday. So
Yeah.
plus he was, if I recall, he was on vacation for a period of time too. So
Mm.
see, I don't see why he just pulls up all the fucking grass altogether. Like,
I know,
just pulls
he-
it all up.
Like,
Fucking
for
digs it all up.
starters, like, it's alright, he's raking it. I can understand him getting out a lawnmower or something, but no, he pulls the grass up as well. Like, he's actually making it worse on her. That just was absolutely weird.
Ah, yes, another fourth wall breaking right there. That
Yeah.
was actually supposed to be Hillbeast himself yelling at the characters in the show, which I believe we do another time.
No,
in this
that
episode
was
as well.
Tomoya yelling.
That was Tomoya.
That was
Well,
Tomoya yelling.
we do a reference to that though, don't we? How we have
It's another
I think it's like
episode,
right
think.
here. I think it's right here,
Damn miniature tree, die
like
you!
somewhere in this
Yeah.
area.
I can't remember. Maybe we missed it. I don't know. There was at some point I yelled at him for not doing something.
Yeah, and then pointing holes in the script or something like that,
Yeah.
plot holes.
Yeah.
Did you practice synchronizing
Oh, well.
your OK for
I
hours?
am pointing out, like, in all these cartoons and stuff like that, or anything, like, people always have their voices perfectly synchronized up when they're always saying yes together. I just don't get that. It always annoys
Which
me.
is funny because those two characters are both voiced by him, so those had to be done in two separate recordings, and then had to be synced up through audio. Ah, yes, and this is where we show the actual new opening and stuff.
Yeah.
Not very different from the old opening, but a little bit nicer and cleaner.
Yeah,
we're
basically, it's
also-
more faithful to the original.
Yeah. And then, of course, this is the first time that we ever had outtakes. This is this was an idea that was first proposed by Mark originally in this episode, and it became people seemed to like it so much, so we decided that we were going to keep going along with this,
Yeah.
and we thought it was hilarious as well because
Yeah.
I saw these outtakes like, wow, this is really good.
Yeah, we
I
should do
had
it more
so
often.
hard. I had such a hard time doing Child Katomi because I couldn't take myself seriously, like with the voice I kept having to use. Yeah, and then tit fuck. It's
Actually, come
We set a policy
Oh.
after this, like, if we fuck up a line from now on, that, you know, we're just going to go with it. We're not going to try to fix it up or anything. We'll just make it as
Okay,
fun
well,
as possible.